Most Belgian Malinois owners believe the test begins when the dog disobeys. It doesn't. The test begins the moment the dog starts watching you differently. And by the time you notice it, the evaluation may already be against you. A Belgian Malinois does not bond blindly. Before loyalty stabilizes and before obedience becomes fluid, the dog evaluates you, not emotionally, structurally. The evaluation starts the moment the dog enters your space. Your posture, your tone, your timing, your consistency, everything becomes information. The Malinois does not assume leadership, it verifies it. This breed was developed to function beside handlers who cannot afford hesitation. In police and military environments, uncertainty creates danger. So the Malinois evolved to measure clarity instinctively. That instinct does not disappear in a home. The first signs are subtle. The dog holds eye contact slightly longer than expected. It pauses half a second before responding. It scans your reaction after giving compliance. That pause is not stubbornness. It is data collection. The dog is assessing whether your instruction carries confidence or confusion. And it adjusts its internal hierarchy accordingly. Belgian Malinois are hypersensitive to micro-instability. A delayed correction, a softened boundary, a sudden emotional shift. These are not small details. They are structural signals. The breed registers them instantly. When consistency is present, the evaluation closes efficiently. The dog aligns. Energy becomes directed rather than restless. Obedience becomes automatic because clarity exists. When consistency is absent, the evaluation remains open. The dog does not panic. It simply begins compensating. Compensation starts mentally. The Malinois anticipates commands without waiting. It takes positional initiative. It becomes slightly more forward in movement and decision-making. Many owners call this intelligence. It is intelligence, but it is also a quiet transfer of responsibility. The dog is not challenging you emotionally. It is filling structural gaps. It senses instability and prepares to manage the environment itself. That preparation often looks impressive at first. The dog seems proactive. It appears decisive. It may even feel protective in subtle ways. But underneath that decisiveness is a shift. The Malinois is no longer fully aligned. It is evaluating whether you are stable enough to follow under pressure. This is where most handlers lose the psychological dynamic. They focus on obedience drills. They correct surface behaviors. They miss the deeper issue. The issue is not command execution. The issue is structural confidence, and the Malinois can feel the difference immediately. This breed does not seek dominance. It seeks certainty. When certainty is present, the evaluation resolves quietly. When it is absent, the test never truly ends. And that test is continuous. The Belgian Malinois recalibrates constantly. Every new environment triggers reassessment. Every unfamiliar person introduces fresh data. Every stressor reopens the evaluation loop. This is what makes the breed exceptional in high-pressure work. A Malinois does not freeze when chaos appears. It measures. It prioritizes. It narrows focus. But in domestic environments, chaos often comes from subtle human inconsistency. Schedules shift. Tone fluctuates. Boundaries soften over time. The dog notices immediately. It does not judge emotionally. It calculates functionally. If leadership feels delayed, the Malinois speeds up. If commands feel uncertain, it sharpens its own decision-making. If emotional tone feels unstable, it increases vigilance. This is not aggression. It is structural adaptation. The dog adjusts to what it perceives as weakness in environmental clarity. And here is where the shift becomes dangerous. When the evaluation tips too far, the Malinois begins acting before you do. It scans guests more intensely. It positions itself between you and movement. It tightens posture without vocalizing. Most people interpret this as protective instinct. Sometimes it is, but sometimes it is simply the dog deciding that it cannot rely on your timing. Once that mental shift occurs, reversing it requires more than obedience sessions. It requires rebuilding structural predictability. The dog must experience consistent clarity long enough for the evaluation to close again. That process is quiet. There is no dramatic turning point. There is only repetition of stability. What makes this breed different from softer companion dogs is decisiveness. A Labrador may tolerate ambiguity for long periods. A Belgian Malinois will not. Ambiguity creates inefficiency, and inefficiency creates risk. The Malinois was not bred to operate inside risk without structure. This is why some owners describe their dog as intense. The intensity is not emotional volatility. It is constant environmental assessment. The dog is not watching to challenge you. It is watching to confirm alignment. Every time you respond with calm precision, the evaluation moves in your favor. Every time you hesitate, the evaluation reopens. Over time, that difference compounds. Small moments accumulate into structural shifts, and one day the handler notices that the dog feels slightly ahead instead of beside them. That is not coincidence. It is the result of an evaluation that never fully closed. Understanding this changes how you interpret behavior. Instead of reacting to surface friction, you begin examining structural consistency. You stop asking why the dog is testing you. You start asking whether clarity is stable. A Belgian Malinois does not run this evaluation to dominate you. It runs it to ensure efficiency under pressure. When alignment is clear, the dog becomes one of the most stable working partners in the canine world. When alignment is unclear, the silent test continues. That silent test is always running. There is another layer most owners miss. The Malinois does not only evaluate authority, it evaluates pressure response. How you react when something unexpected happens matters more than how you act in calm moments. A sudden noise, a stranger approaching quickly, tension in your voice. These are stress triggers. The dog is not just watching the environment, it is watching you. If your breathing changes, the Malinois notices. If your posture tightens, it registers instantly. If your correction timing slips under pressure, the evaluation deepens. This is why the breed thrives beside composed handlers. Stability under stress closes the loop faster than any obedience drill ever could. The dog relaxes because it sees that you remain steady when things shift. When steadiness disappears, vigilance increases. The Malinois does not panic. It sharpens. Its body becomes more aligned forward. Its scanning becomes narrower and more deliberate. This sharpening often precedes behavioral shifts that owners later describe as sudden. But nothing about it was sudden. It was cumulative. The silent evaluation compounds over time. Small inconsistencies stack quietly. Each unresolved moment adds weight to the internal calculation. Eventually, the balance tips. The dog begins acting with faster initiative. Not emotionally, structurally. That initiative can look impressive in protection contexts. It can also become problematic in domestic spaces. The difference depends entirely on alignment. The Belgian Malinois is one of the most precise working breeds in the world. Precision requires constant calibration. Calibration requires continuous assessment. That assessment includes you. This is not about fear. It is not about dominance. It is about efficiency under pressure. The breed was shaped for environments where hesitation can cost lives. That history built a temperament that does not tolerate prolonged ambiguity. It built a dog that resolves uncertainty quickly. If you are consistent, the Malinois becomes one of the most reliable partners you will ever work beside. If you are inconsistent, the evaluation never fully settles, and a constantly evaluating dog never fully relaxes. Most behavioral friction in this breed does not begin with aggression. It begins with unresolved structure. It begins with clarity that weakened gradually over time. When you understand that the silent evaluation is always running, you stop taking behavior personally. You start strengthening alignment instead, and the dog responds accordingly. A Belgian Malinois does not run this test to overpower you. It runs it to ensure stability in unpredictable environments. When stability is present, loyalty becomes absolute. When stability wavers, the test continues. And that is the silent evaluation every Belgian Malinois runs on its owner.